What if I told you the biggest hip-hop love story just turned into the ugliest, messiest, most shocking scandal of the year? Jim Jones, after more than a decade of ups and downs with Chrissy Lampkin, has finally welcomed a newborn baby into the world. A picture-perfect family moment, right? Wrong. Because while Chrissy was in that hospital bed, glowing with the pride of motherhood, the internet was already ripping apart Jim's carefully crafted image. Why? Because leaked whispers, shadowy screenshots, mysterious posts point to one bombshell accusation. Jim Jones may have secretly married Brooke Bailey behind everyone's back. Let that sink in. Brand new baby with Chrissy, but at the same time, an alleged secret marriage certificate floating in the background. Fans are calling it the ultimate betrayal, a plot twist straight out of the dirtiest soap opera you've ever seen. Mama Jones is said to be screaming off camera. Chrissy is reportedly devastated behind the scenes. And Brooke's Instagram stories are dripping with cryptic messages that only add fuel to the fire. This isn't just another rumor. This is a scandal that could shatter a family, destroy reputations, and flip the entire love and hip-hop universe upside down. Tonight, we're breaking down the leaked audios, the receipts, the betrayal, and the chaos as the world asks, did Jim Jones really fake a marriage to Brooke Bailey while starting a family with Chrissy? Buckle up, because the answer will leave you speechless. The internet thought they were getting a fairy tale ending, but instead they got the opening chapter of a nightmare. Jim Jones, the Harlem rapper and reality TV veteran who has spent years dodging questions about marriage, commitment, and his rocky love life, shocked the world by finally giving Chrissy Lampkin the one thing she's wanted most: a child. A brand new baby wrapped in a hospital blanket. A proud Jim posting to Instagram with a caption dripping with sentiment: "We're a family now." Fans flooded the comments with congratulations, crying emojis, and applause. After years of drama, fights, and endless rumors, it seemed like Jim and Chrissy had finally found their happy ending. But almost immediately, the cracks began to show. Within minutes of Jim's post, social media detectives unearthed a dangerous contradiction. While the world celebrated the newborn, whispers of a secret marriage to Brooke Bailey resurfaced louder than ever. Screenshots from an alleged leaked marriage license began circulating in group chats. A blurry image of Jim standing next to Brooke in what looked like a small ceremony reappeared on Twitter, and users swore it had been scrubbed from the internet before. Fans were left asking the unthinkable. Had Jim Jones been building a family with Chrissy while already married to another woman? The timeline of events didn't add up, and that's what made it even more suspicious. Insiders claim Jim was spotted in Los Angeles months ago, attending private events with Brooke Bailey. At the time, the rumors seemed harmless. Just another round of Jim caught cheating headlines that love and hip-hop fans had grown used to. But now, with a newborn in the picture, these rumors take on a whole new meaning. If Jim really married Brooke during Chrissy's pregnancy, then this isn't just infidelity, it's betrayal at the highest level. Chrissy, who has always been fiercely protective of her relationship, was blindsided by the whispers. According to sources close to the couple, Chrissy had been living in a bubble of excitement during her pregnancy. She believed the baby was a fresh start, a way to heal the wounds of years spent waiting for Jim to commit. But when the Brooke rumors roared back into the spotlight, Chrissy's joy reportedly turned to suspicion and fury. One insider even claimed Chrissy confronted Jim days before giving birth, demanding to know the truth. His answer: silence. But silence doesn't stop the internet. Fans began digging, connecting dots, analyzing Brooke's old Instagram posts like detectives on a mission. One post, dated months before Chrissy's pregnancy announcement, showed Brooke with a sparkling ring on her left hand. The caption read, "Loyalty looks good on me." At the time, nobody thought twice about it. But now, the post has gone viral, with fans insisting it was a subtle hint of her alleged marriage to Jim. As the story gained momentum, more alleged leaks surfaced. Audio recordings, supposedly of Brooke bragging to a friend about locking Jim down, spread like wildfire. In the clip, a woman's voice can be heard saying, "Chrissy can play house all she wants, but I got the papers. I'm the wife. She's just the girlfriend." Whether real or fake, the recording sent shockwaves through the fan base. People were stunned. Could it really be true? Was Chrissy, after all these years, still being played for a fool? The pressure began to mount. Twitter turned into a battlefield. On one side were Chrissy's loyal supporters, furious at Jim and demanding he step up and clarify. On the other side were Brooke's defenders, claiming Chrissy knew all along and was simply trying to hold on to a man who had already moved on. Hashtags like #JusticeForChrissy and #Brooke trended side by side, each carrying thousands of tweets, memes, and videos dissecting every move Jim had made over the past year. But the real bombshell came when Mama Jones allegedly entered the conversation. Jim's outspoken mother, who has never held back when it comes to Chrissy, was reportedly caught on a leaked voicemail screaming about the situation. In the alleged audio, she can be heard yelling, "I told Chrissy he ain't ready for marriage, and now look at this. She got a baby and Brooke got the ring. He played them both, and now it's my family in the headlines again." The leak divided fans even further. Was Mama Jones protecting her son by spinning the narrative? Or was she confirming what everyone feared, that Jim really had married Brooke while stringing Chrissy along? Meanwhile, Chrissy's social media activity only poured gasoline on the fire. Hours after Jim's baby post went viral, Chrissy shared a cryptic Instagram story, a black background with white text that read, "A child doesn't fix a liar. Truth always comes to light." Fans erupted. To them, this wasn't just a coincidence. It was Chrissy indirectly admitting that something was very, very wrong. The post was deleted minutes later, but screenshots had already spread across Twitter. And Instagram, like wildfire.Jim, on the other hand, remained eerily silent. Aside from the baby announcement, he posted nothing. No denial, no defense, no attempt to shut down the marriage rumors. And in the world of celebrity scandal, silence speaks volumes. The longer he stayed quiet, the more convinced fans became that he had something to hide. Celebrities began chiming in, adding their voices to the chaos. Yandy Smith commented under Chrissy's now-deleted story with a simple, "Stay strong, sis. Don't let the lies break you." Rapper Menno posted on Twitter, "Some dudes can't respect a real woman until it's too late. Sad." Even Kimbella, no stranger to love and hip-hop drama, took a jab with a cryptic tweet. If he fake married Brooke, what else did he fake? The internet went nuclear. This wasn't just a scandal anymore, it was an industry-wide circus. But then came the biggest twist of all. TMZ reported they had obtained court records suggesting Jim and Brooke filed a marriage declaration months prior. The documents were allegedly sealed, but insiders swore they existed. True, it meant Jim didn't just betray Chrissy emotionally. He may have legally tied himself to another woman while preparing to become a father with Chrissy. The betrayal wasn't just personal. It was public, documented, and undeniable. The fallout was immediate. Fans began tagging Chrissy in thousands of comments, begging her to leave Jim once and for all. Memes flooded the timeline, one side by side, of Chrissy holding the baby and Brooke allegedly holding a marriage certificate went viral overnight. The scandal wasn't dying down. It was escalating into something no one could have predicted. And just when fans thought it couldn't get worse, another leak surfaced. This time it was a text thread allegedly between Brooke and Jim. In the screenshots, Brooke wrote, "She thinks she's the wife, but we know the truth." Jim's reply, "Keep it quiet for now. Timing is everything." The authenticity of the texts couldn't be verified, but the damage was already done. The internet believed it, Chrissy likely saw it, and the storyline spiraled out of control. The tension between public celebration and private scandal became unbearable. What should have been the happiest moment of Chrissy's life, the birth, of her child was being overshadowed by whispers of betrayal and legal deception. Fans didn't just want answers anymore. They demanded them. Jim's silence, Brooke's cryptic posts, Chrissy's deleted storyette all added up to a storm that no one could stop. And as insiders whispered that, Chrissy had already scheduled a sit-down with producers to air her side of the story. The world waited for the next move. Would Chrissy expose Jim on camera? Would Brooke finally release the supposed marriage certificate? Or would Jim try to spin it all as a misunderstanding before his entire empire collapsed? The truth is, no. One knew for sure. But one thing was certain. This wasn't just a love triangle, it was the unraveling of a dynasty. The baby was supposed to bring healing, but instead it triggered the ugliest unraveling the hip-hop world had ever seen. Just days after Chrissy and Jim introduced their child to the world, the whispers about Brooke Bailey transformed into a roaring firestorm that threatened to burn down everything they had built. What had begun as shady screenshots and blurry photos escalated into a full-blown avalanche of receipts that no one could ignore. It started with a mysterious email sent to multiple gossip blogs. The subject line was chillingly simple: "Proof Jim married Brooke." Attached were grainy scans of what appeared to be a marriage license dated months before Chrissy's pregnancy announcement. The document listed James Jones and Brooke Bailey as the parties. No one could confirm its authenticity, but the timing couldn't have been worse. Within hours, the so-called license went viral, plastered across Twitter threads, Instagram stories, and TikTok breakdowns with millions of views. The internet didn't need confirmation. The scandal was already real in the court of public opinion. And then came the audio leak. A muffled but distinct recording surfaced, allegedly capturing Brooke's voice on a phone call with a friend. The voice said, "He promised me the world. He said Chrissy was just a situation, but I was the wife. Now she's parading a baby, like it means something. Papers don't lie." Whether staged or authentic, the clip hit the internet like a grenade. Fans screamed betrayal. Chrissy's name trended alongside Brooke's. And Jim's silence was deafening. Chrissy, however, was no longer silent. According to insiders, she snapped. A private conversation with producers was leaked, where Chrissy allegedly sobbed, "I gave him everything. I stayed when everyone told me to leave. And now, when I finally get my baby, he gives another woman the title I waited for all these years. How could he do this to me?" That clip, raw and heartbreaking, fueled the narrative that Chrissy had been blindsided and humiliated at the very moment she should have been celebrating. The internet went nuclear. On Twitter, hashtags exploded. Hashtag Chrissy deserves better. Hashtag Brooke exposed. And the most damning of all, hashtag Jim the fraud. TikTok creators posted dramatic reenactments of the leaks, complete with crying sound effects and fake marriage papers waving in the air. Memes flooded Instagram. One viral post showed a split image. Chrissy holding the baby in tears on one side. Brooke smirking with a marriage license on the other. The caption, "Baby mama or wife? Pick one, Jim." But the drama didn't stop there. Brooke herself poured gasoline on the fire with a cryptic Instagram story. Against a black background, she wrote, "The truth doesn't need defending." Fans lost their minds. Was this Brooke confirming the marriage? Was it a subtle threat that she was about to drop more receipts? The story vanished within minutes. But the screenshots were already everywhere. Insiders revealed Chrissy confronted Jim in a volcanic argument that could rival any Love and Hip Hop reunion. According to one source close to the couple, Chrissy screamed at Jim, "You embarrassed me in front of the world. You gave another woman the ring and left me with a baby. You made me a fool on TV and in real life." Jim allegedly responded by storming out of the room, refusing to answer whether the marriage rumors were true. The fight, reportedly caught on a crew member's phone, is said to be making its way to the blogs as we speak. Mama Jones, never one to hold her tongue, allegedly jumped in with her own fury. In another leaked voicemail, she can be heard shouting, "I told Chrissy to stop begging for marriage. Now look, Jim went and gave it to someone else. Don't call me asking to fix this mess. It's my son, but he made his bed." The voicemail split fans even further. Some sympathized with Chrissy's pain. Others blasted Mama Jones for blaming her instead of her son. The celebrity world quickly joined the frenzy. Yandy Smith posted a cryptic tweet. "Sometimes the person you fight hardest for is the one fighting hardest against you." Kim Bella stirred the pot with a shady Instagram live, saying, "When you chase a ring for 10 years, don't be surprised if he gives it to someone else first." Even Cardi B couldn't resist weighing in, commenting under a Shade Room post. "Damn this messy deep prayers for the baby, though." With that one comment, the story skyrocketed from a love and hip-hop scandal to mainstream chaos. Meanwhile, Brooke's camp continued to drop bombs. The so-called friend of Brooke leaked screenshots of text messages allegedly from Jim. One read, "Keep your head up. We'll go public when the time is right." Another, "You know where my loyalty lies. Stop letting social media get to you." Whether authentic or not, the messages painted a damning picture of a man juggling two lives. Two women, and now one innocent child caught in the middle. The fallout was devastating for Chrissy. Insiders say she broke down in tears during a family meeting, whispering, "I can't raise this baby with a liar. Can't do it." Her closest friends reportedly begged her to leave Jim once and for all, but Chrissy hesitated. After all these years, after giving her heart and soul to a man who refused to fully commit? Could she really walk away now that they shared a child? That question tore fans apart, with thousands debating online whether Chrissy should stay or leave. Meanwhile, Jim's silence became the loudest statement of all. Days passed with no response. No press release, no interview. No clarification. Just more cryptic posts, one of Jim sitting in a studio, captioned, "Work over everything." Fans weren't buying it. They flooded the comments demanding answers. Are you married to Brooke or not? Respect Chrissy and your baby. Tell the truth. His refusal to address the rumors only convinced the world that he was guilty. The scandal spiraled into a media circus. TMZ teased an exclusive that could prove once and for all whether the marriage certificate was real. Gossip blogs posted countdowns promising to reveal more leaked texts and photos. And YouTube channels churned out dramatic breakdown videos, with titles like "Jim Jones' Double Life Exposed." And Chrissy betrayed again the shocking truth about Brooke Bailey. The story had reached a fever pitch, but the biggest bombshell was still to come. Late one night, a blurry video surfaced on Twitter. It showed what appeared to be Jim and Brooke standing side by side in front of an officiant, exchanging vows. The audio was muffled, but one line was clear. "Do you, James Jones, take Brooke Bailey?" The clip cut off before the ceremony ended, but it was enough to send the internet into meltdown. Fans screamed. The blogs went crazy. And Chrissy, according to insiders, she collapsed into tears upon seeing the footage. Now the world is left asking, was the video real? Was Jim truly living a double life, giving Brooke the marriage he denied Chrissy for over a decade while fathering a child with her at the same time? Or was it an elaborate setup, a staged moment designed to destroy him? One thing was certain. The fairy tale was over. And the nightmare had just begun. The internet was still burning from the leaked wedding clip when Chrissy Lampkin finally broke her silence. After days of speculation, cryptic posts, and whispered leaks, she went live on Instagram. When unfolded was raw, unfiltered heartbreak. Sitting in dim lighting, her hair undone and her face streaked with tears, Chrissy looked straight into the camera and whispered, "I've been fighting for this man for years. I begged for love, for marriage, for respect. And now I see he gave it to someone else while I gave him a child." The live lasted only 6 minutes, but in those minutes, the world saw Chrissy unravel. She admitted she didn't know if the marriage to Brooke was real. She admitted she felt betrayed, humiliated, and broken. and she admitted she had no idea what the future held. Millions tuned in, screen recorded the live, and spread it across every platform. Chrissy's tears became the new face of betrayal. In hip-hop, but just as fans rallied to Chrissy's side, Brooke Bailey struck again. Within hours of Chrissy's live, Brooke posted a shocking carousel of images on her Instagram. The first slide showed her in a white dress smiling beside Jim. The second was the same alleged marriage license that had been circulating online, but this time crisp, clear, and without the watermark. And the third, a cryptic caption: "The truth always wins. I don't compete, I replace." The post broke the internet. Over 100,000 comments poured in within the first hour, with fans screaming in disbelief. Some called Brooke heartless for taunting Chrissy during her lowest moment. Others celebrated her victory, calling her the real wife. But the majority demanded answers from Jim. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Jim's world was falling apart. Insiders whispered that his team was in full crisis mode. Endorsement deals were suddenly on hold. Club promoters were pulling back on booking him, afraid of the scandal overshadowing the events. Even Mama Jones, who had defended Jim through countless controversies, was allegedly furious. According to a leaked phone call, Mama Jones screamed, "You made me look like a fool. You let Chrissy cry her eyes out while you played husband too. Another woman? You destroyed this family." The voicemail, allegedly recorded by a relative, quickly hit the blogs. Adding fuel to the fire, the hip-hop community had no chill either. Remy Ma tweeted, "A baby should be a blessing, not the center of mess." Menno posted a cryptic Instagram story: "Loyalty over everything. If you ain't got that, you ain't got nothing." Even 50 Cent, known for his trolling, couldn't resist throwing shade. On his IG, he posted a meme of Jim with two women captioned, "Boy out here living like love and hip-hop, polygamy edition." Fans erupted in laughter. But the damage to Jim's image was undeniable. The scandal only deepened when yet another insider leak surfaced this time. A secret recording, allegedly from a heated argument between Jim and Chrissy. In the clip, Chrissy's voice quivered as she shouted, "You think you can juggle me, her, and a child? You lied to my face every night." Jim's voice, angry and defensive, snapped back, "I never said I was married. They're playing with you, Chrissy. They want to ruin us." But then came the line that froze fans in their tracks. "Even if I did it, it wasn't real. It was for show." That sentence ignited a wildfire. Did Jim just admit he staged a marriage with Brooke for clout? Is Chrissy's pain nothing more than collateral damage in his quest to stay relevant? Fans tore him apart. Twitter exploded with posts like, "So Chrissy begged for a ring for 10 years, and Jim gave it to Brooke as a publicity stunt." Another viral tweet read, "Jim Jones is the blueprint for gaslighting. Chrissy deserves a whole kingdom, not this nonsense." TikTok creators dissected the audio clip frame by frame, arguing over whether Jim was telling the truth or spinning another lie. At this point, Chrissy had enough. Just days after the live, she allegedly filed paperwork with her legal team, not for marriage, but for child support and custody arrangements. Gossip blogs claim to have seen the documents, suggesting Chrissy was preparing to secure her baby's future with or without Jim. That move sent shockwaves. For the first time in over a decade, Chrissy wasn't waiting for Jim to choose her. She was choosing herself and her child. Brooke, however, wasn't finished. In a jaw-dropping twist, she threatened to release the full wedding video. In a now-deleted tweet, Brooke wrote, "Y'all only saw 30 seconds. Wait until you see the vow," she said forever. Screenshots of the tweet went viral instantly. The threat of a full wedding video looming over Jim's head was the final nail in the coffin for many fans. If it dropped, there would be no coming back. The chaos spilled into the streets. Outside a club appearance in Atlanta, fans chanted Mary. Chrissy, not Brooke. As Jim tried to leave. Videos of the confrontation went viral, showing Jim shoving past cameras with his hoodie pulled low. The man who once embodied Harlem swagger now looked like he was running from his own shadow. And then came the ultimate betrayal. A new leak hit the blogs, this time showing private DMs allegedly between Jim and another woman, neither Chrissy nor Brooke. The messages were flirty, intimate, and damning. Screenshots showed Jim allegedly promising to fly her out and start fresh. Fans went berserk. How many women was Jim juggling while Chrissy carried his child and Brooke claimed his last name? The narrative shifted from a love triangle to a full-blown scandal of deceit, with Jim at the center as the ultimate manipulator. Chrissy's friends stepped in publicly. Emily B. commented under a Shade Room post, "She deserves peace. Enough is enough." Yandi went live tearfully saying, "I've seen Chrissy give her whole heart. This is beyond embarrassing, it's cruel." The hip-hop sisterhood rallied around Chrissy, while Jim found himself increasingly isolated. The pressure finally broke him. Days after the DM scandal, Jim posted a shaky, late-night video on Instagram. His face looked tired, his voice hoarse. He said, "Y'all don't know the truth. People trying to tear me down. I love Chrissy. I love my child. Don't believe everything you see." But the damage was done. The comments were brutal. Fans dragged him, celebrities mocked him. And Chrissy's silent absence from the post spoke volumes. The saga reached its chilling peak when a blurred paparazzi photo appeared on multiple blogs. Chrissy leaving a courthouse holding her baby, her head held high. The caption screamed, "Chrissy done with Jim. New papers filed." Whether it was custody, child support, or something even deeper, one thing was clear. Chrissy wasn't waiting around anymore. She was taking control of the narrative, even if it meant walking away from the man she had fought for all these years. Now the world waits. Will Brooke release the full wedding video? Will Chrissy confirm she's officially cutting ties? And will Jim ever admit the truth about whether he staged, faked, or truly lived a double life with Brooke Bailey? One thing's for sure, this isn't just a love and hip-hop scandal anymore. It's a family war playing out on the world's biggest stage. And with every leak, every post, and every tear, the fallout grows darker, the stakes get higher, and the ending feels more inevitable. Because in the end, this isn't just about a baby, a marriage, or a love story gone wrong. It's about betrayal, exposure, and the brutal truth. Jim Jones may have gained a child, but he's on the verge of losing everything else. And there you have it, the bombshells. The betrayals, the baby, and the lies that have left Jim Jones, Chrissy, and Brooke Bailey locked in the most chaotic scandal love and hip-hop fans have ever seen. But this story is far from over. With leaked marriage licenses, secret recordings, explosive IG lives, and Chrissy finally making power moves for herself and her child, we are witnessing a family war unfold in real time. The next leak, the next post, or the next video could completely flip the narrative again. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Here's where you come in. What side are you on? Is Chrissy finally breaking free and stepping into her power? Do you think Jim really staged a fake marriage with Brooke to stay relevant? Or was it all a twisted misunderstanding? And most importantly, will Brooke actually release that full wedding video and end Jim's reputation once and for all? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because the debate is going to get messy and your voice needs to be in it. If you made it this far, it means you live for the tea. And you know we've got the hottest, rawest, and most jaw-dropping scoops right here. So do not scroll away without hitting like, smashing that subscribe button, and turning on the notification bell, because the next update could drop tonight. And if you're late, you'll be left in the dust while everyone else is already dissecting the receipts. Don't get caught slipping. Subscribe now and join the front row of the chaos, because this story is only getting darker, wilder, and more explosive from here.